Good morning. So, like, depending on whatever the first frame is of the video, is like what it shows up as. It's like the automatic thumbnail. So I have to always try to aim for the first one to be like, make it look like that. A little behind the scenes, behind the magic, behind the curtain. Anyways, so for today, we're going to keep with the cover song thing for a little bit. And today we are going to do a Bob Dylan song. This song is one, I feel like I used to hear it get done back at when I was going to the Strut and Duck back in the day. Most songs, if they are in my cover song book, they were songs that I heard people do when I was out, like listening to live music, and about half the time I wouldn't know that they were cover songs, and I would just be like, oh man, I love this song, and then I would hear it somewhere else, and I'd be like, oh. So when I finally ended up switching to like where I was doing those kinds of gigs, because my first handful of years, 5, 7 plus, I didn't learn any cover songs. It was all me just doing original music, art stuff, loud shows. And when I really decided, I was like, this is going to be my thing. This is how I am, making my living. And, I've given up all these other things so I could do music. And I had to like come to that. I was like, well, that also means I got to make money. And it takes a while when you are like in the not in the cover band scene, like when you're in the independent scene or whatever, when you're doing original music, it can sometimes be a while before you figure out which ways you can do it and actually, make a living with it. And so yeah, I went down that road with it, and I did that for several years. And I took songs that I'd heard friends doing and that I'd always enjoyed. When I go, I'll be like, I always love hearing this song. And those were the types of songs that I learned when I put together my set list for my shows. So this was one that I used to hear back at the Duck. And I just want to show you all my notebook because I'm so proud of this. When I made it, I was really this was like a life upgrade when I did this. And now it's like funny to look back at it. But I had a notebook that I took with me to my gigs. And it was just like a spiral ring where I had handwritten all my songs because I refused an iPad. So I handwrote every single song, and I just carried around this notebook because I also wasn't able to memorize all of it. So one day I stepped up and I got it's probably fake leather, like as what I would take to my gigs to look all nice. And I made copies of all my songs, like where I'd handwritten I wouldn't even use printed papers. Like I would handwrite it, and I'd write my chords and stuff. But I had a whole, I got 4-hour gigs worth of stuff. I was so proud of that one when I was like, I'm stepping up my game. I'm ready for the fancy gigs. I'm ready for the wineries. But in the hotel, I think by that point I was playing the Marriott. I do love this notebook. I'm kind of happy to be getting it back out and getting some stuff out of it. It represents a chapter, a pretty big chapter in my life. There's several years. Okay, so we're going to dive into today's song. It is I Shall Be Released by Bob Dylan. This was also one that I used to do this on the looper, and it was so pretty. Well, I can't wait till I go around and do all these on a loop pedal version of Acoustic Mornings. Okay, let's see if I can hit these notes. This every second time. So I remember every face. There we go. Of every man who put me here. I see my light come shining from the west until the east. Any day now, any day now, I shall be released. Okay, I've got to push the vocal harder. I can't be going so soft on it. It's not letting me get the note out. But it seems like in the morning I want to do like soft vocals. Okay, here we go. They say every man needs protection. They say every man must fall. But I swear, yeah, I swear, I see my reflection someplace so high above this wall. I see my light come shining from the west until the east. Any day now, any day now, I shall be released. Stand next to me in this lonely crowd is a man who swears he's not to blame. All day long I hear him shout so loud, cried out that he was framed. I see my light come shining from the west until the east. Any day now, any day now, I shall be released. Any day now, any day now, I shall be released. I forget with these songs, I've talked about this in other ones, like my voice changes every couple of months. And so I've had like probably like 5 or 6, I've probably had like 10 voice changes since I used to do these songs. And it's always, it's unnerving to be in the middle of a song and go, oh, that's not going to work with this voice. I've got to find, like, how do I get to that note? How do I get to these notes with what's happening in here now? But we got there. By the end of the song, we made it, right? And whether acoustic coffee breaks, if not real. Okay, well, I am going to go do my day. I'm going to have some breakfast and I'm going to, I've got most of my stuff loaded back up to the studio. I've just got to set it all back up. And I think we have got our one for December. I think we're going to do another Monday, so I will release that date pretty soon. Oh, for the sound bath, sorry. I'm looking at my gear. We'll be doing that soon, and I will also be joining Larry Mitchell for his birthday party at the Sound Wall next, I think it's next Friday. It's in my calendar. I think it's next Friday, but I'll have to look to make sure. But yeah, so I will be back on here soon with some more acoustic times, and I hope that y'all have a beautiful day. Go share some love.